Hello everybody, Sam here. Welcome back to Samivostok. We will be working on this empty gap right here. It is basically one of the last areas in the whole city that needs to be linked up to the rest of the city. So I feel like there's such a weird gap that I've just left here for like months. And finally in this episode, I'm going to start filling it in. Now, there's the roundabout there that you can't really see on camera, but there is that roundabout which has the kind of Russian style monument in the middle. Now I'm not sure what exactly I want to do around that monument, whether I want to leave it as open or shopping or residential or just like more monuments or something like that. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, so majority of the episode is in this block right here, but I also add in some more on the other side as well, with a bit of with some Russian style buildings and some factories and things like that, because I didn't want to just do like the ordinary residential commercial stuff like that. So let's just talk about what I'm doing here. So you'll notice that I didn't add any connection onto that main road there, because that's one of the main roads that go along this whole plateau. No, it's not a plateau, this whole just river side area. So I didn't want to add in too many connections on there, only the ones that are necessary. And I feel like since I have that tree boulevard right there, that's enough for all of the major connections for the whole area. And I love using that little tree street asset. I just think it's really cool, even though it's one way. I just really like how it looks. It just makes such a nicer just a nicer feel to the whole area. It just suits it very nicely. And so instead of having all of the little pedestrian crossings and everything, I actually update it to this road style right here. When I click on it, there we go, this one right here, because I think it's pretty cool because it doesn't have all of the roads, it doesn't have like the little lines everywhere. So eventually I cover the whole area with that type of road, and it looks better. And then for this one here, I did not want to have an intersection there because obviously it's going to disrupt the traffic going all the way across there. So I turned that off, put in a median through the middle, and I made sure that they can't turn where they shouldn't be able to turn. So they should only be able to turn in and out, but they can't cross the median. And then the same with the other side here. But I thought since this is going to be a residential area, I needed to add in at least a couple of crossings. So I add in some tree boulevards right there, just so they have some crossings. And that road there isn't very busy anyway, so I thought I could get away with having a few crossings in there. So I also wanted to make this kind of like a bit of a park. Well, not really a park, but just to make it a bit more open. It's a nice place to have the pathway, which I've already done, but I want to put a fence and then put some trees and things like that, so just to make the area more just lively, I guess is the right word, just to make it seem like it's more inviting. So I'm putting up the little fence. I always use the wooden fence. I love the wooden fence, and you just follow along the curve of the shoreline, so you don't have to do something really straight and artificial looking. So, and then just go straight up there and then links up to the other fence that was there. And even just by adding in the fence like that, just makes it look a lot more just neater, and it just defines where the urban area stops and then where the river starts, if that kind of makes sense. So let's go back over to here. I do add in I think I added in a high school here, because there's one on the next block, but I thought it's good to have one here anyway. I love this one because it's like a reddish brick type one, and it just looks very different from all of the others. And I thought maybe I could put in another one, but it didn't really fit in. So, and then to make it look a little bit more nicer, again, I add in that hedge as well, and I love that hedge. If you want it to my mods and asset list, like majority of everything else, and yeah, even just by going like that, it looks good. So we do have the elevated tram station right there as well, so that's going to be really handy for all of the people. And I noticed there's not really much traffic in my whole city in general. I don't know if you guys have noticed that as well, but I tried to play around with the time traffic, no, what is it called, the traffic manager mod, and I don't know, I don't know if I did something, but there's just really not much traffic at all, and it seems a little bit odd to me, because I just feel like there would be more, even though my city isn't that big. It's like almost 70,000 roughly, and I'm just comparing it to St. Petersburg, and that one always had a lot of traffic going on everywhere, and I don't know, So anyway, this part here, I just thought I would do something a little bit more different. So the bottom level is the shops, and then the above level is going to be the residential area, and that's something that's really common. That's just mixed use, and you'll find all the time shops at the bottom, residential or offices above it like that. And I know it looks a little bit ugly because they probably look out the window and like, oh, they just see roofs and stuff like that. But I mean, it does happen everywhere. It's not uncommon. Okay, and then so from this point on, we have the little tram station right here. Now, I thought it's probably not the best to put residential right up against it, because could you imagine if you look out your window and you see a tram at your eye level and you're on the 3rd level? Not very nice. So I've surrounded it with, I think it's office space, so that makes it really easy for them to commute if their office is right there. And then I also added in a pedestrian bridge over that main road as well, so the people on the other side of that road can get to the tram if they really want to. And yeah, and then just some green space as well, because I couldn't really fit anything in underneath the elevated tram line. It just didn't work as well, so that'll just be open, well, not really open green space, but just some bushy areas. Okay, everyone, I've done a little bit off camera, and it developed into a industrial factory area suddenly. I don't know what happened. I thought it was just going to be very similar to this, but yeah, it just kind of developed into this, and I like how it looks. So this big building here, this is what started it. I saw this in my list of buildings, and I was like, hang on a second, that looks interesting. So apparently it is the Soviet Embassy / tax office. I just think it looks really interesting. It looks very Russian-y, Soviet-y. I think it looks good. And then so that inspired the rest of these buildings here. So if we just go through quickly, we have this big tower right here. Can I click on you? That's the rusty radio tower. And hang on a second, the pathway has decided to fall off a little bit. Excuse me. Let's just go like that. Oops, can I just drag you up there? That's why we have a fence. Okay. So we have the pedestrian bridge right here. So I don't want them to cross here, obviously, because that's going to be a nightmare for them. People will die. I repeat, people will die. That is clipping. No thank you. Not happening today. Good, stay there. Now let's go over to here. Yeah, these are big. These are big. This is a big building. This is a big factory hall. 270 workers. Wow, that is a lot. Overlapping slightly on the road, doesn't matter. We have these ones here, so these are all industrial buildings, but I just think they look really cool. They're very old-fashioned. I don't know if these are Russian style necessarily, or Soviet or whatever, but we have this one, the Pepper Bus. Where's this from? Someone will tell me. And just lots of factories. I just think it looks really cool. Now, this one is one big building here. It's big fabric, so a factory or something like that. And I thought maybe we could pretend this building was an expansion from the older style building. And yeah, I think it looks cool. We've got these older buildings in here as well. Now, I thought since we have the monorail going right past, the workers here, they wouldn't care. I mean, they don't care if it's noisy, because I'm sure it's going to be noisy in here anyway. Let's have a look, actually. Yeah, so you can see it's quite noisy. Now, the question is, what do I do here? Now, let's analyze the area. So first of all, we're going to have potentially a lot of traffic here. So we have a lot of noise pollution here. We have a lot of visual pollution. So visual pollution is the monorail going straight through. So that's going to be something that residential buildings don't want to be nearby, I suppose. But we do have good pedestrian access. We do have good road access. Now, keep in mind, we do have this. What's this? The M3 Bayonets Memorial. So, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do in here yet. I just don't know, because I wanted to get it done, but it's the last part that just needs connecting up, and then I can fill in along here. Actually, what should I put along here? Should it be just residential, like just a mixture like everything over here? It'll probably be a mixture. Maybe a few factory buildings or warehouses here or something, and we'll have to upgrade this road. And yeah, but this one here, you have to keep in mind that there is a highway right there as well. Now, we could cover that with a tree barrier and maybe put up like a sound barrier fence, because there is a sound barrier fence. If you guys didn't know, it is this one right here, sound barrier, which I quite like the look of it. So we do have all of this space to fill in. And then over here, now, off topic, you guys have been saying for basically since the start of Samivostok, since the start of time, airport, 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 airport. Yes, airport coming soon. The map is very, very hilly, and I wanted to reserve all of the flat areas for basically buildings and just urban growth. So I kind of came up with this area up here as a potential spot for a mini airport. So it will be quite small, because I can't fit in the big one. It just doesn't work because of all the hills and things like that. So even like this is pushing it, so I'd have to like landscape some of these the terrain here. This side I think is okay. We just need to maybe lower the trees a bit. So what do you guys think of this area up here? And should I put in also the cargo airport? Because I could technically fit it in. So what I would do, if I did do a cargo airport, I would do all of the cargo traffic, I'd make it go down this way, and then all of the rest of the traffic would go this way, plus the public transport and stuff like that. But anyway, that's off topic. Do you think this is a good space? It's the only spot I can think of. I just feel like all of the other areas are not suitable. Like up here, I wanted to reserve for residential areas, and then I don't know. I just don't know. I think that that's the only space that I can do it in that's mostly suitable, and it doesn't really stand out too much. I think that'll do. So back to here. What's the population? 69,000. Okay. Yeah, so what should I do here? I just don't know. Maybe I could do... I was gonna say maybe I could do some kind of a Russian... What is it called? I think it's in here. No, this one. Like this type of stuff. This one is too big, obviously. But I don't know if that's suitable to put it right next to a whole lot of factories. So, I don't know. It'll probably just end up being office space, let's be honest. It probably will be office space. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end the episode here. Just keeping it nice and short for you guys today, because I want to go work on the airport straight away, get that done, make that a whole big long video. Yeah, so this video, that's pretty much it. I just really wanted to work on this space right here. And, guys, I need some ideas. Let me know. What should I do? Let me know. So yeah, that's all, you guys. As always, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon, I suppose. And yeah, so anyway, okay, you may go now. Yep, go. Okay, bye.